All right, good evening and welcome back. Please, if you can hear me and if you can see me, I just want you to type 111 in the comment section. If you can hear me and if you can see me, please type 111 on the comment section. Okay, thank you, Francis. Can anyone else hear me and see me? All right, okay. So our speaker is at the backstage already. So right now we are just going to be listening to his profile, and after that we are going to get started immediately. So please make sure you sit back, all right, and make sure you're with your pen and you are with your notepad so you can actually get to write down things. So we're going to be listening to his profile right about now.
Kenny Nwokoye is an entrepreneur, transformational speaker, influencer, and widely celebrated online business coach. Over the past 4 years, Kenny has built a following of thousands of online entrepreneurs, sold hundreds of copies of best-selling courses, and founded a creative advertising and branding agency called Brands Elevate, which helps tens of thousands of entrepreneurs quickly get their message out to the marketplace. Having done over 20 million in sales of digital products online, Kenny has undoubtedly built authority as a business coach, speaker, and mentor. He is the founder of Zero to Hero Affiliates, the #1 enabling community for the rapid growth of online entrepreneur in the affiliate market space.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay. Can you see
You're
me
welcome,
and
sir.
can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you, sir, but I don't think I can see you.
Oh, my video is on.
Okay.
I don't know why you can't see me, but my video is on though. Maybe the guys who are listening should tell me if you guys can. Can you guys see me? Can you guys see me clearly? Just type 222. If you can see me, type 222. Anybody?
Please, if you can see and hear our speaker, just type 222 on the comment section.
How many places are we streaming this right now? Are we streaming on just YouTube or how many platforms?
Just YouTube, sir. Just YouTube.
Oh, you guys
okay,
can't see
someone said he
me,
can't
but you
see
can hear me.
you, but he can hear you.
Okay, I just turned off my video and turned it back on. Can you see me now?
No, sir, we can't see you.
Okay, let me quickly leave and join back. Maybe that should solve the problem.
All right, sir. So
Kenny Nwokoye is an entrepreneur, transformational speaker, influencer, and widely celebrated online business coach. Over the past 4 years, Kenny has built a following of thousands of online entrepreneurs, sold hundreds of copies of best-selling courses, and founded a creative advertising and branding agency called Brands Elevate, which helps tens of thousands of entrepreneurs quickly get their message out to the marketplace. Having done over 20 million in sales of digital products online, Kenny has undoubtedly built authority as a business coach, speaker, and mentor. He is the founder of Zero to Hero Affiliates, the #1 enabling community for the rapid growth of online entrepreneur in the affiliate market space.
okay.
How's it now? Can you see me now?
Yeah, we can see you now and we can hear you. You're welcome back, sir.
Awesome.
All right, so
Thank
you have
very
the floor.
much.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for having me. Hello, everybody. I love having very interactive sessions. So if you can see me now and you can hear me clearly, let's get 222 in the chat. Let's get 222 in the chat. All right. And then the first assignment, oh, fantastic. Everybody can see me. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the break in transmission. It seems like this network is trying to play a fast one today. And time is even fast spent. Let's just get straight into it. Thanks for having me, Esther. And good evening, everybody. Of course, the topic is how to make impact and build influence while making income from other people's products. Right. The key word here being other people's products. Right. But before I go into it proper, I just want to, for the next 5-10 minutes, for the sake of context and clarity, give you a backstory on how I came to be. So my name is Kenny, and I started out in the online business space in 2019. That's officially. Although I've been looking around the online business space since 2016, but it became official in 2019. That was July 2019, and that was after I saw a Facebook advert that caught my attention, and it introduced me to the vast opportunities we have with making money online. And so I decided to explore it, and I got into the affiliate business space as a result of that. And my journey in the affiliate business space was not exactly the way I expected it to be. You know how it is. Because I'm sure we have some people here who are in the same affiliate business space, and you remember how it was for you when you had expectations. You know your expectations that you had when you started out, but and when the going got tough, you saw that it wasn't exactly what you expected. But then it was the same thing for me. And in my own case, I struggled for about 11 months in my own journey. And during that 11-month period, I learned a couple of things, and one of the first things that I learned in that 11-month period was the fact that, jumping into an online business, you can't jump in with the goal to cash out. The worst mistake you can make is to have your why as cashing out, right? To have your why as cashing out, because at the end of the day, business is full of challenges, right? Business is full of challenges. And when those challenges come, it is the size of your why that's going to keep you going. It is the size of your why that's going to keep you going. If you started because you wanted to cash out, the moment the first challenge comes, you're going to move ahead. You're going to find something else and do. Why? Because you're only looking to cash out. And cashing out as a goal, as a why, it's not big enough to get anybody to continue in the business. Cashing out as a goal is only going to keep you jumping from different income source to different income source. Today you're doing Owo Daily, tomorrow you're doing affiliate marketing, tomorrow you're doing drop shipping, tomorrow you're doing copywriting, next day you're doing graphic design. It's simply because your why is not big enough. If your why is big enough, then you will sit tight and do whatever it takes to get the results that you want. You will sit tight and do whatever it takes. Sorry again for the break in transmission. The network here is really terrible. I'm even trying to use two networks at the same time. But you guys can see me, right? Please confirm in the chats if you can see me clearly. Type 222. If you can see me, type 222. All right. So, as I was saying, that's the first thing that I discovered in that 11 months. I call it my stagnation period. That your why needs to be big enough. And then apart from that, I also discovered something that at an individual level, tactics and strategy is not going to help you to build a sustainable business. Tactics and strategy is not enough to build a sustainable business, because successful businesses are made of successful people. At an individual level, successful businesses are made of successful people. You succeed in business based on who you are becoming, not necessarily based on the tactics and strategy that you're using. I mean, if it was just tactics and strategy, then everybody should be successful. Most people have the tactics and the strategy, but they don't have the results. That's the same reason why Mr. A and Mr. B are going to implement the same exact strategy, the same exact way, down to copy and paste. But Mr. A makes 1 million and Mr. B is singing all over the place. I've not made a single sale. It just goes to tell you that there are things that have to do with success that go beyond just tactics and strategy, right? Tony Robbins will say business is a spiritual game. He will say business is a spiritual game because you succeed from the inside out, right? You cannot see in your hand what you've not seen in your mind. You've heard this before, thousands of times, I'm sure, but somehow, because it sounds so simple, it's so difficult to believe. It's the simple things. It's usually the simple things. You know, so getting to discover all of these things, it's it made it easier for me to transition because moving beyond that point, I was now able to focus on what really matters in my business. And those are three things. And that's developing myself in mind, number one, in knowledge, number two, and in skill. I finally knew that what it takes to succeed in business is a conscious decision to develop myself every single day in mind, in knowledge, and in skill. Now, when it comes to the aspect of the mind, we're talking about your mindset. We're talking about your mindset. Mindsets are the foundation for everything that creates the results in your business. If you have the wrong mindset and the right strategy, you have no results. Right? Take, for example, in my own business, when I got, sorry, hold on. Okay. For example, in my business, when I got started, and struggled for a while, after struggling for a while, I discovered that I had this scarcity mindset. That's basically the mindset that has a tendency of making you to feel like there's a limited supply of customers, there's a limited supply of money, there's a limited supply of success, there's a limited supply of knowledge, there's a limited supply of anything. Whenever you think that there's a limited supply of something and it causes your actions to move in that direction, you are manifesting the scarcity mindset. I wish I had enough time. I would have really loved to go in depth on that. But for the sake of this session, I'll just tell you the both sides, okay? I'll just tell you both sides. The first side, like I said, is scarcity, where you think that there is not enough. You feel there is not enough customers. You look at the number of people on your WhatsApp list. Most of the people here sell on WhatsApp. So you look at the number of people you have on WhatsApp and you feel like these people, they don't have money or they're broke, and it causes you to, act from an angle of disadvantage. You feel like you are disadvantaged in one way or the other. That's a manifestation of the scarcity mindset. But then there's the empowering end of that, which is, of course, the abundance side of it. Right? When you have the abundance mindset, you know that there's more than enough to go around. There's more than enough health. There's more than enough wealth. There's more than enough resources. There's more than enough to make every single person on the planet to become wealthy and even have extra. That's when you approach things from a mental space of abundance, right? When you approach things from the mental space of abundance. It doesn't matter your background. Most of us have a disadvantage because of the way we were brought up. When you were being brought up, you were led to believe all manner of things. You're led to believe all manner of things like money doesn't grow on trees. In other words, it was programmed into our minds that, it is hard to get money. If it's not hard, then it's a lie. How many of us can relate? If it's not hard, then it's a lie. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money cannot buy happiness. Money is the root of all evil, right? Money is the root of all evil. And when you have, especially money is the root of all evil, when you feel like money is the root of all evil, it's usually the reason why you feel the guilt of aspiration. Because when you want to aspire for wealth, something now stops you inside of you and says, this is not for you. You remember you are not this kind of person that goes after wealth. You are a spiritual person. If you are spiritual, it means that you can't aspire for wealth. It means that if you're aspiring for wealth and you love money, you shouldn't be doing that. It causes the guilt of aspiration. And when you have the guilt of aspiration, that causes you to sabotage yourself at every front. If it involves you making a decision, if it comes to making a decision that can turn your life around, you will sabotage yourself. You will sabotage yourself. Instead of saying yes, you will say yes, but you won't do anything. Or you will say no. That's self-sabotage. Right? But anyways, that's by the way. That's by the way. So moving beyond all of this, like I said, it became clear. It became clear to me what are those things that are actually important when it comes to getting not just results, but sustainable results in my business. And I mentioned those three things as what? Your mind, knowledge, and skill. Your ability to develop yourself in mind, in knowledge, and in skill. All right. So, how do you now tie it to making impact and building influence while selling other people's products? But I'll break each of these down for you so you can understand fully. So now starting with the aspect of other people's products, right? That's affiliate marketing. I'm sure that's not a new concept to most of us here. So affiliate marketing basically is a business arrangement where you are serving as a middle person. You are serving as a middleman. You are connecting buyers to sellers. You are operating in the connected economy. And you know that in the connected economy, something is being connected to something, right? Either buyers are being connected to sellers or people are being connected to people, as in Facebook, or people are being connected to products, as in Amazon, Jumia, and the rest of them. That's the connected economy. You find out that Amazon doesn't, at first, Amazon didn't own a product, right? Amazon didn't actually own a product at first. But then what they were doing basically was just connecting people, right? They were just connecting people, connecting people to products, and business was going on as usual, right? So that's basically how affiliate marketing works. You are operating within the connected economy where you are connecting buyers to sellers. You're connecting people with a need to where they can get the solution to the need. And then when you successfully do that and a transaction is made, when you successfully do that, a transaction is made, what happens? You earn a commission, right? You earn a commission. Now, there are a lot of people who are doing this all over the world. Hundreds of thousands of people all over the world are doing this and earning massive income from it for themselves. For example, I myself last year generated about $80,000 from this business model. The same last year, people in my group coaching program did the cumulative total sales of 500 million from the same business model, connecting buyers to sellers. So there's a whole lot of money to be made when it comes to affiliate marketing. But not everybody is in the business because they want to create impact and influence. Not everybody. Very few people actually. More people get into it because they are just trying to, make ends meet, pay their bills. Some have the goal to become a super affiliate. They want to be able to, travel the world, see nice places, stuff like that. But then it wasn't so for me. It wasn't so for me because in 2020, I realized that there was a gap. This was where it all began. In 2020, I realized there was a gap. And the gap was that we had a lot of people in the affiliate business space in Nigeria, but many of them didn't know their left from their right. We found thousands of people trooping into the affiliate business space every single week, every single day, only to get lost. Only to get lost. On some of the platforms where I am, as at then, they had support groups. They had support groups, and these support groups were supposed to, just like the word suggests, right, provide support. But for many people, those support groups did not really do that. Instead, it was another big marketplace where tactics peddlers, that's what I call them, people that are just looking for who to sell a tactic or strategy to, where tactics peddlers come around and pitch their tactics. Come around and they pitch their tactics day in, day out. It was like a big marketplace. This was supposed to be a support group. I also looked around. This is in Nigeria when it comes to communities. Many communities are easy to join. I mean, most of them are free to join on Facebook. So I was able to check and I found there was none. There was none. And so I found that was the gap that I saw. And I decided to fill that gap. This is step number one. If you must build influence in your niche, regardless of the niche where you are, find a gap. Find a gap and fill it. How did I fill mine? I filled mine by creating Zero to Hero Affiliate, which has now evolved to not just be a mentorship group, but is now an all-in-one membership for raising top performers in the affiliate business space in Africa, not just in Nigeria, because we have members across 46 countries right now. When it started out, it wasn't like that. When it started out, actually, it was 6 members on a WhatsApp group. I remember I told those gentlemen that, I said, gentlemen, you are pioneers of what's going to become an enabling community for raising top performers in the affiliate business space. And naturally, most people will not see below the surface level. So they didn't really believe what I said. Most of them they just agreed, but it didn't go beyond that point for them. But I wasn't bothered by that because the thing about vision is once you see it clearly, there's no amount of discouragement, there's no amount of, negativity around you that can shake you unless you didn't see it clearly enough. When you see it clearly, where we are now as a community, I saw it already, so I'm not surprised. I mean, the fact that we have gotten to that point, I am absolutely not surprised because I still have a clear picture of where we are going. You understand? So first step is find a gap and fill it. And you're going to find that in the process of filling that gap, something is going to become clear about success. You're going to transition. You will transition to a point where your why expands. You'll transition to a point where your why expands. It will happen naturally, unless you're doing it for the wrong reason. Some people build communities for the wrong reason because they're trying to build a list of people that will buy from them and all of that stuff. That's the wrong reason. But if you do it for the right reason, your why is going to expand. Your reason to chase success is going to change. It's going to expand. It's going to move beyond just you. You will be aspiring for success, not as a choice, but as a responsibility. That's the point at which success becomes a responsibility and no longer a choice, because you know that if you're not successful, then the people who are funneling through you as a channel to succeed will not succeed. you'll find out that it will just become exactly as I've said. Success to you will no longer be a choice. It will become a responsibility. If I could turn back the hands of time, I would have, there's nothing I would have done differently. There's nothing I would have done, because the thing about success is when it becomes a responsibility for you, then it's not just a must. It is not just a must for you. It becomes a sure banker. It becomes a sure banker. You know that you have to succeed. So you will do whatever it takes. Minus illegal things. So don't go and do illegal stuff. Right? So I'm trying to work with time, because I want to give us like 10 minutes for question and answer. So probably round this up in the next like 5 minutes. Then we'll take 10 minutes of questions, because I have to be in another session by 7. Okay. So number one is find a gap in your niche and fill it. You're always going to be able to do that because people talk about their problems. As long as people talk about their problems, to be easy to find gaps. That's just it. So you have to become a good listener. It takes somebody who listens to be able to find a gap. It takes somebody who listens to be able to find a gap. So listen in your niche. You're going to be able to find something that that a lot of people are saying, a problem that resonates with several different people. That is your gap. If you're able to fill it, then you already have a list of hungry buyers because they already have a problem. So yours is now to talk to their problem through your sales messaging, and then that gets you sales and makes you money. Okay. So like I said, not everybody decided to toe the path of influence. Not everybody decided to toe the path of impact. But I just decided to take it upon myself. I decided to take it upon myself as a responsibility. And that was what led to Zero to Hero Affiliate, and that's what led to Zero to Hero as a community, right? So as somebody who is getting into the affiliate business space, maybe you are already there, or you are thinking about exploring the affiliate business space. If you want to build income, impact, and influence at the same time, then you should be getting in with the mind that you are going to build a community. You keep hearing me repeat the word build, right? Build, build, build. And that's because you must build. You must build, right? So you find the gap, you fill it, and you fill it through building. You fill it through building. How do you build? You only build by giving massive value. You've heard this several times without number. Somebody asked me when I attended 40 Streams conference, that was last year, August. And he said that was then when Zero to Hero was about 2,000 members. So he said, Kenny, you've been able to build yourself a following of thousands. He said he used the word cult-like following. Been able to build a cult-like following of people who are successful online entrepreneurs, and those who are just getting started but are still building and scaling fast. How were you able to do that? I now smiled and I hailed my ZTH members in the room, and everybody was really, really agile. And then I answered him and I said, only one word: value. Value. The reason why you are here right now is because of value. I don't know how many people are watching or listening right now because I can't see, but as many people as are watching or listening to this, you're here because of value. It's value. It all revolves around value. If you're going to be relevant, if you're going to make impact, if you're going to become influential, it's all about value. In one way or the other, it's all about value. How much value you bring to the table every time you show up. I was saying something recently that every social media is a stage. Because I find a lot of people keep asking the question of which social media is the best app, best platform to start, Which platform? Should I do Facebook? Should I do Instagram? Should I do? The answer is simple. Every platform is a stage. You are the performer. Whenever you show up on stage, you just perform with your content. Sooner or later, you're going to become the star. That's just the way the social media was built. That's the way algorithms were built. Only a matter of time. Show up on stage consistently with value and perform. You perform by using your content, right? Take a stroll to my Facebook, you're going to find out that from 2020 down to, from 2020 down to 2022, there was a transition. There was a transition, there was a growth process that I went through during that period. You will notice that I was consistently showing up. And every time I showed up, I brought value to the table. In fact, I have gotten so used to the lifestyle of giving value that some people don't believe, like it's unbelievable the extent to which I give value to some people. Some people have called me crazy. Some people have called me insane. How can you possibly give this amount of information without charging any money? It's not that I don't like money, but I understand what makes traffic move. I know that what makes traffic move is value. I know that value is honey to traffic. I know that traffic will always move from point A to point B where value is present. Of course, traction must also be present. Traction, you know what traction is? Traction is basically accumulated attention. And that accumulated attention can only be gotten through content marketing, consistent content marketing, right? I wish we had enough time. I really have so much I would have loved to share. Normally, I don't know how to teach less than 1 hour, but I said, let me just, slim fit everything and package it like this for you. So what I would say to anyone who is looking to build impact and influence while selling other people's products is reevaluate your why. If your why is not big enough, then you're not going to last in the business. If your why is not big enough, then nobody is going to take anything that you say seriously. That's the truth. If your why is not big enough, you are not going to be able to influence anybody. Because if you don't truly want to help people, people can sense it. I'm telling you, people are smart. People can actually sense it. So if you don't truly want to help them, no influence. You can have all the followers in the world. You can have all the followers in the world. But without that, it all means nothing. Somebody is saying, why am I not laughing today? Don't worry. You make sure you don't miss our Twitter space by 7 o'clock. So you hear me laugh plenty, don't worry. I actually had a very long sleep today, so my evening has been moving slowly. All right, so that's that for that. I will just take a couple of questions now, all right? How are we going to do the Q&A session? I can't hear you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. If your why
All
is
right.
not big enough, you cannot make impact. So you need to make your why big enough. All right, we'll be taking some couple of questions. So while you are typing your question on the comment section, we'll go on a very short commercial break. All right, so make sure you type your question because the moment we're back, we're going to take the questions immediately. All right, welcome back. So if you have a question, please, I would love to see it at the comment section. so that we could actually get our speaker to give answers to them and we can release him for his Twitter space. Any question, please? Remember, you need to know your why. So if you don't understand your why now, you can ask questions now. Do we have any questions?
By the way, oh wow, looks like your network is frozen. Can you
No, I
guys
can hear
still
you, sir.
see me and hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear
Type
you, sir.
yes. If you can see me and hear me, type yes. Queen,
I can
Queen,
hear you,
what's your
sir.
issue with my laugh? Oh my
Okay, sir.
God.
Sir, there's a question.
Okay, for someone who
Yeah.
is a newbie, in affiliate marketing, especially using other people's products, how can such a person build influence and impact while still making income? So you can do this by providing what we call after sale services. You know what after sale services are? That is basically what you do for people after they have bought from you, right? What you do for people after they have bought from you. For example, these people who were the pioneer members of Sales a Hero affiliates were people who bought a course from me. And so I said, okay, instead of just letting them, go out on their own and start figuring things out by themselves, I decided, why don't I just take it upon myself to provide support for them and also teach them what they need to scale in the business. And that's where it all started from. And so from a WhatsApp group, it just kept growing. That's the thing. Like I said, value is super attractive. So it just kept growing and kept growing. And before you know it, WhatsApp could not contain us again. And then next thing we're on Telegram. And then from Telegram, we blew up to Facebook. And now we are close to 9,000 on Facebook. And then on Telegram, it's close to 3,000. So that's just it. Just start building from the first person. Start building from the first person and deliver value at the highest level for each person, right? Don't look at the amount of value you're giving people and say, no, I will give you small. If you pay me 2,000, I'll give you the rest. Don't do that. All right. So always give it your all. If you must give value, give it completely.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that answer. If you must give value, give it completely. Okay, so any other questions? Any other questions, please? Okay, there's a question from Emeka, sir. How do you sell a
Okay.
course you haven't taken?
How does a doctor sell malaria drugs that they've not taken?
Perfect answer.
That's the question I usually ask people when they come up with this question. How does a doctor sell malaria drugs that he's not taking? How does a doctor sell HIV drugs that he has not taken? Because he doesn't have the HIV. So how does a doctor sell HIV drugs that he has not taken? Simple. He is a consultant. He's a consultant. As an affiliate, you are not responsible for the product that you are connecting your buyer to. Yours is only to provide enough information for the buyer to make a buying decision. For you to provide enough information does not require you to have gone through that product. It doesn't require you to have tasted the product to know how it smells. No. You only need to know what the product does, who it does it for, and who it has done it for. Those are the only three things. If you can demonstrate who it has done it for, and then you can tell somebody what it does and who it does it for, and why it's going to work for them. That's it. Who it does it for, what it does, how it's going to help them, and then prove it. That's all. The reason why you want to take the course is not because you want to prove that it works to the person who you want to sell it to. That's why. There's not a reason. So you don't have to go through the courses before you are able to sell them. You only need to know how to create compelling sales messages. That's it. If you go and do a research and find all these niche authority brands, you find out that most of them, know what a niche authority brand is basically, you know, which one will I use as an example now? You probably have heard of Diary of a Digital Hustler. That's a niche authority brand, right? It's an actual individual that owns it. The same thing as Millionaire Mentor. How many of you know Millionaire Mentor? That's a perfect example. Millionaire Mentor on Instagram has over 1 million followers, but the person behind the brand is a completely different guy. His name is not Millionaire Mentor, but he can recommend any product he wants in the make money online niche because he has created a brand around Millionaire Mentor. And so all he has to do is to tell you what the product does, tell you who the product, does it for, how the product works, and prove that the product does what it says it does. That's all. And then if you can add a compelling offer to it, good. Somebody will rush the offer and buy it. So that's for that. Okay. Just one more question and we have to go.
All right, so we're taking the last question now.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a question here. How can I create a valuable community in my niche?
Oh, how can you create a valuable community? I think I already answered this. Yeah, I've already answered this, but I'll go a little bit deeper into specifics. So I've told you the aspect of value, and I've told you why you need to give value at the highest level. And then secondly, when the people have started growing, when you've started growing the numbers, then you now want to focus on the aesthetics. You want to talk about strategies. Structure, not strategy. You want to talk about structure, right? Every community has structure. Every community has communication channels, right? Every community has communication channels. Every community has guidelines. Of course, that's under structure, right? So you need to start thinking in that direction, right? You start thinking in that direction. And of course, marketing is also super important. If you're going to build a community that can sell itself, then marketing is also super important. So you turn the knowledge base of your community into a product and then sell. There are different ways you can sell it. You can sell it as a one-off. You can sell it as a recurring income source through subscriptions, or you can sell it as a passive income source through affiliates.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I personally learned a lot. Thank you so much. So you see, you do not necessarily need to have a product for you to actually make an impact. Okay, you can just be the connector, and then you can actually make impact, you can actually make influence, and then you can actually make income. Thank you once more, once again. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for having us. Okay, so we will be back. All right, thank you, sir. So we will be back again by 7 o'clock. Sorry. Yes. 7:05 rather. We'll be back by 7:05. Okay, we'll be back by 7:05. So please just make sure that you are alert. The link is going to be sent to you shortly. Okay, so just make sure you are alert, and then we'll be having Sir Ni Shoyinka on board. So please do not miss out on that session. All right. See you by 7:05.